everyone. Welcome to the Wills, Women, and Wealth podcast. I'm Elsa W. Smith, your Maryland estate planning and probate attorney, and I'm thrilled to have you with us today. We're here to empower women who value their health, wealth, and the legacies they're creating. This podcast delves into a diverse range of subjects encompassing finance, law, mental and physical health, and beyond. Our commitment is to furnish you with invaluable insights, engaging expert interviews, and enlightening episodes that address your questions on wills, estate planning, and probate matters. Remember, this is your community, and we want to hear from you. Engage with us, ask questions, suggest topics. Let's build a dialogue. Reach out to us on social media or leave a comment. Your input fuels the conversations we have. You can find all of our episodes on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for our upcoming content. We would really appreciate you following the podcast and leaving us a 5-star review on Apple. Your 5-star review will amplify the podcast and get it out to more people. Now, on with the podcast. Today's topic is 7 estate planning mistakes made by women. As women, we often juggle countless responsibilities, from nurturing our families to excelling in our careers. Yet one aspect that is sometimes overlooked is estate planning. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting on your financial journey, avoiding common estate planning pitfalls is crucial to safeguarding your assets and ensuring your legacy lives on according to your wishes. Today, we're going to explore 7 estate planning mistakes that I've seen women make and provide practical tips on how to sidestep these pitfalls. From protecting your assets to ensuring your loved ones are cared for, we'll cover it all. So grab your favorite beverage and settle in. Before we talk about your assets, I want to start with you, ladies. Your well-being is invaluable and deserves protection. Our list of the 7 estate planning mistakes made by women begins with how we as women drop the ball as it relates to our health care. The number 1 mistake is neglecting advance directives. Advance directives are essential components of estate planning that allow you to specify your medical preferences and appoint someone to make healthcare decisions on your behalf if you are unable to do so yourself. An advance directive is a useful legal way for an individual to direct their medical care, particularly treatment preferences in an emergency or near the end of life. Many people, especially women, neglect to create advance directives, leaving their loved ones uncertain about their wishes and potentially facing difficult decisions during times of crisis. By taking the time to create advance directives and discuss your medical preferences with your loved ones, you can ensure that your healthcare wishes are respected and relieve your family of the burden of making difficult decisions on your behalf. Number 2, this is the second mistake, estate planning mistake made by women, and that's delaying establishing a power of attorney. A power of attorney is a legal document that grants authority to an appointed individual to make financial and healthcare decisions on your behalf if you become incapacitated. Delaying the establishment of a power of attorney can leave you vulnerable in unforeseen circumstances, as decisions regarding your finances and medical care may be delayed or left to the discretion of a court. By proactively appointing a trusted agent to act on your behalf, you ensure your wishes are honored and your affairs are managed according to your preferences. Now, a new law took effect in Maryland on October 1st, 2023, bringing about significant changes to the statutory power of attorney form. When I refer to the principle that's you. And the person you appoint is the agent. Now, a few notable changes due to the October 1st law or update to the power of attorney form are, first, the agent's ability to appoint a successor agent. The 2023 update now allows the principal to opt in and grants the last serving agent the authority to appoint successor agents. The next update is regarding compensation for your agent. The new power of attorney now requires the principal to expressly state whether the agent is entitled to compensation. The principal is then required to indicate if the agent is entitled to reasonable compensation or a specific amount if you decide to opt in for compensating your agent. And another update to the statutory power of attorney form has to do with joint accounts. The Maryland statutory power of attorney now allows the principal to opt in and allows the agent to create joint accounts with others or the agent. Now, if you signed a power of attorney before October 1st, 2023, it does not automatically become invalid, but it may not be accepted by a financial institution since it's not the most current statutory version. Connect with an experienced estate planning attorney for further assistance on this. Now, let's shift the focus to the people you care for and the assets you own. The third estate planning mistake made by women is overlooking child guardianship. If you have one or more children under the age of 18, it's important to have a will that names a legal guardian or guardians in the event of your and the other parent's death. If you don't designate a legal guardian beforehand, the court will be responsible for selecting who will look after your children without considering your preferences. It's a good idea to check in on and update your guardianship plan regularly, especially after big life events like divorce or having more children, just to make sure it still fits with what you want. The fourth estate planning mistake made by women is mismanagement of beneficiaries. So why do you need to name a beneficiary? Many financial products, including life insurance benefits, are generally not governed by your will. So the only way to make sure your policy's benefits are distributed how you intend is to make sure you've named a beneficiary for all of your policies and accounts. Designating beneficiaries is a critical aspect of estate planning, yet it's often overlooked or misunderstood. Failing to designate beneficiaries or update beneficiary designations regularly can result in assets passing to unintended individuals or becoming subject to lengthy probate proceedings. It's essential to review and update beneficiary designations periodically, especially after major life events such as marriage, divorce, or the birth of children, to ensure your assets are distributed according to your wishes. The fifth estate planning mistake made by women is failure to update real estate titles. During significant life events like divorce, it's important to make sure you update real estate titles to show changes in ownership. This can help prevent any issues with inheritance down the line. If property titles aren't transferred correctly, it could lead to disputes or assets going to the wrong people. By taking care of your real estate titles quickly and accurately, you can make sure your assets are distributed how you want and lower the chances of any legal problems or disagreements. The sixth estate planning mistake made by women is not planning for blended families. Women in blended families where there are stepchildren from previous relationships often face unique challenges in estate planning. These challenges primarily revolve around inheritance and succession rights for stepchildren. Without careful planning, there can be misunderstandings or disputes among family members about who should inherit what assets. For example, if a woman passes away without specifying how assets should be distributed among her biological children and stepchildren, it may lead to conflicts over entitlements and perceived fairness. In addition, failing to address these complexities can result in unintended consequences in asset distribution. Stepchildren may feel excluded or unfairly treated if they are not included in the estate plan, leading to strained familial relationships or legal battles. Therefore, women in blended families must engage in thorough estate planning that considers the needs and interests of all family members. This may involve clear communication, establishing trust, or other strategies to ensure that assets are distributed according to your wishes, while minimizing the potential for disputes or misunderstandings among family members. And finally, the seventh estate planning mistake made by women is underestimating long-term care costs. Long-term care costs, including expenses for nursing home care, assisted living facilities, or in-home care, can pose a significant financial challenge for women as they age. Many women underestimate the potential costs associated with long-term care, assuming that they will be covered by government programs or relying on savings that may not be sufficient to meet their needs. Failing to plan for these costs can have serious consequences, both for the individual in need of care and for their family members. Without adequate planning, savings intended for heirs may be depleted rapidly to cover long-term care expenses, leaving little or nothing to pass on to beneficiaries. This can disrupt the intended distribution of assets and create financial strain for loved ones. Moreover, underestimating long-term care costs can leave spouses financially vulnerable. If one spouse requires long-term care and exhausts their own resources, the financial burden may fall on the other spouse, potentially jeopardizing their own financial security and quality of life. Therefore, it's essential for women to proactively plan for long-term care expenses as part of their overall estate planning strategy. This may involve exploring options such as long-term care insurance, creating a dedicated savings fund, or considering alternative living arrangements that can help mitigate the financial impact of long-term care needs. By addressing these costs early and incorporating them into their estate plans, women can better protect their assets and ensure their financial security in later years. So today we covered 7 estate planning mistakes made by women and provided practical tips on how to avoid them. From neglecting advance directives to underestimating long-term care costs, each point highlights the importance of proactive planning and informed decision-making. Remember, estate planning is not just about protecting your assets. It's about safeguarding your well-being, securing your legacy, and providing for your loved ones. By addressing these common mistakes and taking proactive steps to plan for the future, you can ensure that your wishes are honored and your loved ones are cared for according to your intentions. We empower women in Maryland and the District of Columbia by designing an estate plan that is unique to their situation and protects what they hold dear. And we can do the same for you. I invite you to schedule a complimentary 15-minute call with a member of our team. The link will be in the show notes. Thank you for joining us on this episode
of the Wills, Women, and Wealth podcast. I'm Elsa W. Smith, your Maryland estate planning attorney. Until next time, stay informed, stay empowered, and take control of your legacy.